Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome on in once again to the college, or not the college, but inside the huddle. I'm your host, as always, Lucas Hill. Thank you guys for joining us once again. But we are excited to bring you once again the best entity around the best and bringing you the best content around the college football landscape. First of all, guys, before we get started, want to give you guys some updates. The month of January has been amazing to us. And it has been so good to see the growth and continued success that we face. The month of January brought us a lot of new viewers, a lot of guests, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But this month, we're proud to announce that we have averaged over 100 plus viewers. We've averaged 110 viewers a live show, and we only did, I think, 20 of them. And we had only, I think, 31 days. So it was a big gap that we missed. As you guys know, we like to air on weekdays. Sometimes we will do a weekend show, but I do, guys, for real, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming in here and being a part of our show. We appreciate you. We appreciate your continued support, and we are excited for the future of Inside the Huddle. If you guys are watching us on X, make sure that you guys leave a like and make sure you retweet the show to your friends. Make sure you retweet them out to them. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you share it to all those Facebook groups. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications. We go live every weekday, even some Saturdays as well. It never ends for us as football season continues on. We're going to get ready for a lot of chaos around college football. We got a lot to talk about. Let me just tell you. So I do know that when you look at this draft class, NFL draft, what is it called? Let me give you guys a minute so I can go ahead and break this thing down. Boom. All right. Let's get after it. I do want to point this out, guys, that we appreciate your support. We appreciate everything that you are doing right now. You know, I'm really excited for what's to come for our program, for all that we have to get started. You know, it's just so much that we are excited to see and excited to witness for us here at the night at Inside the Huddle. All right, let's get in. Let's get after it today. Let's talk about what's going on out in Tennessee, because that's obviously the biggest news today out in the college football world. So the NCAA has settled a NIL-driven lawsuit with Tennessee. So just over a year ago, let's go ahead and pull this article up really quickly. Okay. So just over a year ago, a judge in the U.S. Eastern District Court of Tennessee granted a preliminary injunction. I don't know why it's not sharing right now. That's kind of stupid. There we go. Here we go. Preliminary injunction against the NCAA in a lawsuit centering around NIL filed by the Attorney Generals of Tennessee and Virginia. The decision sent ripples across the college sports, allowing booster-funded NIL collectives to negotiate deals with high school and transfer portal recruits just before commitment. On Friday afternoon, Tennessee and the NCAA reached a settlement agreement. A status report was due to the court on Friday, initiating the decision to settle. Per the filing, the injunction will continue and it will not interfere with the completion of the House v. NC2A settlement. The antitrust lawsuit was filed exactly a year ago by the Attorney Generals of Tennessee and Virginia and will be finalized along with a request for permanent injunction by March the 17th. According to the filing, the settlement must be approved by U.S. District Court Judge Clifton Corker in Tennessee to go into effect. We've been fighting hard to protect Tennessee student athletes. Last year, we blocked the NCAA's unlawful enforcement against Tennessee in schools. We covered that a good bit last year. And now this settlement in principle lays the groundwork for a permanent solution. The lawsuit originated after the NCAA began investigating Tennessee on its NIL practices in multiple sports. That centered around Ncaa using a private plane, as well as whenever he was a recruit at the time. Which honestly, at this point, they have a legitimate reason to fight against the NCAA over this. To me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that the NCAA can get away with their crooked ways of all that we've been doing right now, guys. To me, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I think this is a huge win for the Tennessee, for not just Tennessee, but for all of college football. So this is going to change a lot of things that is happening. Because of this ruling and because of what we have now that we can have teams basically taking more than just visits, but we can also put a contract on the table just like free agency is. They've been doing this. Now, instead of paying under the table to go to your school, now you can lay out the contract that's in front of them with all the NIL stuff so that you can finally get the paperwork that you need to go get that specific recruit to commit to your school, whether they're a portal kid or whether they're a high school kid. And so I think this is big for the NCAA, for college football as a whole. It is shown that the NCAA is finally becoming powerless. Everything that they had that they ruled with, they basically ruled it with an iron fist. And now that is coming to an end. And I'm very excited for what is to come from the rest of college football. Because look, it's bound to happen. There was a lot of people that were waiting for this to happen. It's finally done. It's finally done. The NCAA has reached a settlement that resolves the issues Tennessee and and other involved states raised without posing an obstacle to complete the House, Carter, and Hubbard settlements. We anticipate full terms will be released later in the spring, so we'll be keeping you up to date with this story as well. Let's continue on. With Friday's settlement, the NCAA severed another blow to its enforcement power. So guess what? That iron fist is opening up. That's huge. Absolutely huge in college football. With Friday's settlement, the decision leaves college sports governing body but nearly powerless over NIL payments until revenue sharing is scheduled to begin July 1st. Corker, who granted the preliminary injunction nearly a year ago, previously wrote that the NCAA was surprising athletes without the give and take of a free market. Student athletes have no knowledge of their true NIL value. Well, that's not true. You still got On3 that can help you determine your value, and then you can look at what you have from there. But that's just about it. So if that makes any more sense, if it did. But anyways, I don't know if we can quite literally think about all of this with all that is going on in the NCAA and not just celebrate this. Because they have had their fist held high like they were basically a monarchy. And they acted like they ruled above all, and they don't anymore. It should have been ruled by the athlete now. Rules are changing to benefit the athlete. And it should have never, ever, ever come to this. The fact that it did just shows you the NCAA is losing their power, and it's only a matter of time before we lose the NCAA in general, and we're so close. I'm telling you, we're close to getting a super conference, getting an 80-team league where NIL is dominated, where you have trades, where you have, I'm telling you, we're this close to in-season transfers going from one school to another. It is happening at the high school level. It is going to happen at the college level, especially with NIL playing a big factor. Look, you don't even need to get admission into the school. You don't even need all your transfer credits and everything else to transfer from one school to another in the middle of the semester. You can just go on. Hey, I want to go here. Bye. Like free agency. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm telling you, we are this close to having this really happen. I'm telling you. You think I'm crazy. I'm telling you, it's bound to happen at some point and down the stretch of this year. Down the stretch of the rest of the season. It is bound to happen. And whether you like it or not, that is the truth. That is the absolute truth. So, what is this going to mean for college football? Is that you're going to see more of what Nico Iamaleava did a couple of years ago. You are going to see it, and it is going to be amazing. And I am ecstatic that we're going to see more of this. I'm telling you. And if you don't like it, if the NCAA doesn't like it, then guess what? They need to do something about it. But their power is slipping from their grasp. And they're desperate to get it back. And they aren't going to get it. They will not get it. Let's continue on. Oklahoma State has approved a new Gundy contract with a reduced salary. So Mike Gundy is staying in Stillwater officially. His contract has been restructured. And now we have to deal with more of this. Oklahoma State's obviously got a big year this coming year. You basically cleaned up house after last year. Your defense was a joke. Your offense, anemic. Ollie Gordon had a really bad year last year. So now who do you bring in? Well, you bring in Doug Meacham, who was a former OC with TCU. Got demoted, former OC with Kansas. Was there in the Trevon Boykin years. Was at Samford, former Oklahoma State offensive lineman and tight ends coach as well. You bring in Todd Grantham, who was at New Orleans last year as a defensive line coach and a former defensive coordinator in the SEC with Florida from 2018 to 2021 and a longtime defensive coordinator in the NFL. So you obviously have a lot going there. So his revised contract that got approved literally today, so earlier this afternoon or earlier this morning, includes a reduced salary and a buyout, as well as provisions that require him to be more involved in fundraising and possibly his own succession plan. So if he hasn't had a plan already, he's got to come up with one now. The Oklahoma A&M College's Board of Regents, which oversees Oklahoma State, approved the agreement on Friday. Gundy's salary will drop by $1 million and will earn $6.7 and $5 million. So that's a hell of a drop. Trying to look for the other parts of it. So that's huge. That is absolutely big. Well, let's just continue on. Where did it go? Anyways. There were tense discussions about Gundy's future following the season before the sides reached an agreement on a revised contract. Gundy, a former OSU quarterback, is 169-88 at his alma mater with a Big 12 title and 10 top 20 AP poll finishes. The deal includes a provision to Gundy at the request of an AD, Chad Weiberg, be more involved with fundraising and donor initiatives. His salary reduction will be applied towards athlete revenue sharing when the House v. NC2A settlement goes into effect later this year. Another provision would call for the possible identification and development of a coaching successor and helping with a coaching transition. He would be owed $15 million if fired the next 3 years and $10 million if fired during the final year of the term. His previous contract called for him to receive a percentage of his remaining compensation if fired. So, unfortunately, he's still there. You know, do we like it? Not really. Do I like it? Honestly, no. And to be honest with you, things need to change. Things absolutely should have changed for the better. You know? And look, is anybody really surprised that Gundy is still around? Honestly, no. But I think we all knew at the end of the day he was going to be back. You know, here's a guy that's been in Oklahoma State since 2001. He's been everywhere, but he's only been outside of Oklahoma State for 4 years between 1996 and 2000, whenever he was a passing game coordinator at Baylor and then was a receivers coach at Maryland for a couple of years and then became the quarterbacks coach. And look, things have gotten somewhat better, but you got to find some consistency. It's the first time they've had a losing season since his first year there in 2005. And this year, you got rid of Casey Dunn. This schedule is going to be brutal for you. So you start off the first 3 games, UT Martin and Tulsa, which you should win. Then you go to Austin Stadium, and then you're probably going to get smashed. You play Baylor, Cincinnati, Houston, Iowa State, and Kansas State at Boone Pickens, and then go on the road to Kansas, Arizona, Texas Tech, and UCF. If you go winless in Big 12 play again, your butt deserves to get fired. Because there is no way you can accept another winless Big 12 season. That's just unacceptable in Stillwater, Oklahoma. You just can't have that. That's just ridiculous. And it almost is so unbelievable to me. Because it's like, why? I mean, how can your offense regress that badly? How can your defense that was a joke this year? How can Brian Nardu, who was not ready for the guy, came from Gannon University of all places, and you wanted to hire him? No. Even in 2023, they weren't good on the defensive side of the ball. They were bad. I mean, it comes to, you got to think about this. If you are Oklahoma State, how can you accept these wins and losses? I mean, 2023, you lose to South Alabama and Iowa State in back-to-back weeks. Iowa State, may I remind you, is about to fire Matt Campbell. They're coming off of 2 straight mediocre seasons. And what do? You go 1-8 in Big 12 play and you get a brand new OC. And then all of a sudden, bam, you look good for some reason. What happened to Oklahoma State? You regress. Quarterback play was awful. Quarterback play was god-awful. I do think they go back to a bowl game this year. Don't think it's not going to be easy. Because trust me, it's going to be a struggle. That Baylor game, you lose that game, you can kiss the season goodbye. I think you do improve against Arizona. I think you get a win there. I think you potentially win against UCF, actually, believe it or not, who's going to regress this year. You play Texas Tech, who's still loaded on the offensive side of the ball. Then you get Baylor, Cincinnati, and Houston. Actually, Cincinnati, Houston, and yeah. Anyway, I think 5, 6, 7 wins will be enough. But man, there's still so many question marks that we have to have answered. It just has to get better at some point. Am I wrong? I mean, it just has to. If it doesn't, what are we going to do? So I'm just hoping things do end up getting better by the time we do get to the NFL draft, or by the time we get to the actual season. Man, it's going to be a rough one, though, for Central. It's going to be a rough one for teams. All right. Let's keep on. Keep on keeping on. Let's talk Heisman odds. So ESPN just released theirs. Arch Manning goes in as the favorite to win a Heisman Trophy. So, what do you bring? Well, he's got a high football IQ. Make no mistake about that. He's got the arm, the accuracy, and the legs. Something that his grandfather is well known for. You know that. So, what is he going to do to continue to improve in that area? And so, look, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited for what is to be expected this upcoming season for Ellis. For him, I think it's going to be electric. I think he's going to finally be able to showcase his skills. And I think it's going to be a lot that people aren't really used to, but they're going to be really, really good. I think it's going to be a dang good season for Texas. I think I honestly believe that they have everything possible to win a national title. It's a young roster. You've still got a lot of dudes that you can look out for. So they're either going to be one of two teams. That can either be the Texas we saw in 2005, or they can be the Florida of 2007. One that had all this talent coming in, and then boom, you end up finishing 9-4 or 10-3. I don't think that'll be the case with Texas, knowing that their schedule just flip-flops after this year. But again, we don't know. We just simply do not know just yet. So I am excited for them. I do have all the hope in the world that they can continue to be better, especially when it comes to offensive line-wise. Man, that opening game against Ohio State is going to be tricky. You know, this schedule does get a bit harder now that you look at it. You go to Ohio Stadium and play Ohio State. You go to Ben Hill and go play Florida. You visit Georgia. And then you're back home against Arkansas and Texas A&M. And you're back home against Texas or against Vanderbilt, who, by the way, still has Diego Pavia. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say Texas is going to regress this year, but make no mistake about it. Their ceiling is going undefeated. Their cellar is probably a 9-3 or a 10-2 season. With your 3 losses coming against Ohio State, against Florida, and against Georgia. That's really what I can potentially see as your ceiling. But again, we don't know yet until we finally see what they put on paper. We just do not know. All right. Let's go back to the film room. Let's go to the film room. Let's talk. Let's do some studying because we need to go back and go. Because I know you guys know how much I love going into the film room. Let me tell you, it has been a blast. A blast covering the Senior Bowl. You know? And guys, I'm excited for it. So let's go ahead and let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get this game started. All right. trying to find the full game, by the way, from the East-West Shrine Bowl. How many plays we got in this one, Coach? So I think there's several quarters, I want to say. So this is the ones that's playing right now. All right. Let's go over each play. Do a complete breakdown. All right. Let's get it. All right. Now Stackhouse is playing. Here we go. All right. Toss. All right. See what we got. 12 personnel. 12 personnel. Let's start it off. Let's give us some basics over what 12 personnel is. All right. So, ooh, that's kind of crazy. Let's get the laser on. This is one of our tight ends. Here he is. Another tight end on the line of scrimmage. All right. Let's kind of go in slow motion for this play. Okay. So we're going to get down blocks across this field. We're going to get our tight end to kind of clean up the mess. And he's going to engage with this guy. Kind of creates that separation. He has that lane. Backer reads it. And he's able to get the tackle. Okay. Okay. This is an even better angle. I'm sorry. I was incorrect. We're going to get a down. We're going to get a down block, down block, down block, duo, base. That is what we have to offer right now in the Senior Bowl. And then this tight end is going to kick out this backer right here. So we're going to stay in. Kind of get turned over a little bit. He kicks out this backer. But we do a good job of staying home. Good job. Not bad. All right, let's go to play 2. All right, going from the shotgun now. Quick. Boom. Boom. Ball's out. Get a big play out of it. All right. Let's cover it. Let's do it. Come on, baby. All right. Same personnel, except we're going to play doubles tight. When you have doubles tight, you're going to have both receivers, this guy and this guy, both tighten that up on the line of scrimmage. You still got an F tight end in the backfield, and you got your Y on the line of scrimmage. He's there for extra protection. And then initially then it's going to be one that's going to play the flat. Let's look at our defense. Cover 3. Zone. This is my zone. This is my zone. All right. So 3 here. Got 5 in the box. So we get a normal rush. We're going to one-on-one here. Stay in our zone. We're going to get a not so clean route to the sideline. He's going to sit right here and be the check down guy. He's going to get a 2-step drop real fast. Recognized as the middle kind of opens up. Number 1 guy gets the football. We turn it upfield and we get a first down. All right, let's go to play 3. Three-man rush. Where did we go to? Did he catch that? He caught it. Hey, that's a heck of a throw. All right, we got Brady Cook in the game. We got Brady Cook playing. So he's going to get a long arm initially. So our guy right here is going to get a long arm. Playing a 5. He's going to kind of push him, but hey, we're going to push it right into the Q's lap, essentially. Doesn't get much of a rush. Cook kind of has to throw a wobbly one to the side. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a catch. Here we go, one-on-one at the top. Not bad coverage, just a nice little back shoulder catch. Really, really nice. I love it. Oh. By the way, when you talk about top tier athletes, there's one man that kind of reigns above all, and that's Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant had a pretty good week of practice. This is just a good catch. Or this is just a good adjustment to the football, I should say. So, let's continue on. Just a good catch, dude. Heck of a catch. Good ball placement, too. Give him plenty of credit for that one. Excellent ball placement. Excellent, excellent, excellent ball placement. You love to see it. All right. A little quick toss, but we're there. All right, let's get it. We got Nash Hutmaker, finally. About time I got to see my friend and Nash Hutmaker. There he is. Let's see what he does. All right, we get reached. First of all, first step, he gets reached. So what he did, this is a no-no for any D tackle. As soon as we see shoulders turn, we need to be ripping up underneath here, babe. We can't just be we basically got sucked in. Oh, crap. When you get sucked in, you get washed. Can't afford to get washed. You know why? Because we got this guard who's going to come up and crash down here. What he can recognize that is that, oh my God, I got 2 lanes to go through. I can go through either here or I can follow my tackle, and I got this pulling guard out here that can get out in front and make some plays for me. How about that, baby? That's what I'm talking about. But we started to get cute and try to make a move. I'll tell you what, I'm surprised. Because, dude, if this guard goes out and kicks him out, he doesn't play Dancing with the Stars, and he goes for a bit more. And we get the extra emphasis. So, in reality, this is on this guard right here. Man, we got to get out in front of that, bro. We got to go attack that Cam. Because he could have had, look, if he would have stayed outside, he's got a lane, bro. Got a heck of a lane that he could go through. This is a better job up front. Much better job up front. All right. I saw my boy Nash. By the way, you guys need to draft Nash Hutmaker. That's a much better job. We get duo. All right, let's focus on Nash, by the way. Duo. Turn your shoulders, turn your shoulders. Good job of standing your ground, though, dude. I would have loved it if he was been able to turn his shoulders, but as soon as this tackle disengage, or no, that's the center. As soon as this guard disengages to engage with the center, Hutmaker does a great job of ripping off of that, and he makes the tackle. Let's look at our defensive ends. Somewhat got reached, but look, our backer didn't get touched. So that's good. I'll take that. This outside linebacker squeezes down, engages. Doesn't matter. Let's look at this defensive end. Look at this. Extend. But you peek back inside. We can't do that. If we peek back in, we're going to get reached. Never look in here. If you are a defensive lineman, listen to me and listen to me good. Please, 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 for the love of God, do not peek, look inside. Because that back, we have outside contain every time. If we look outside, we're going to get screwed. We're lucky we didn't here. Let me go ahead and take down the banner real fast so you guys can get a better look of what we have on film. But this is a much better job of being able to adjust. Initially peeking in, but we go adjust, get back outside. Get that hand off of you, and we make the tackle. All right. So far, I like Brady Cook's poise in the pocket. He is very calm, and he does a great job. Does an excellent job in the pocket. So, let's continue on. So, take a look. All right. So, nobody blitz. What we got? All right. I think we're in 21 personnel. I want to say, yep. Actually, I take that back. We're not in 21 personnel. I believe we are in 11 personnel because we got one. Let me get my thing on here. We got, come on. Let me draw. We got 1, 2, and I got 3 up at the top. Not him, but this guy at the very top. You know what I mean. Anyways, and we got a back in the backfield. Quick drop. Sling it out. Is that another? Did he complete that ball? There's no way. That had to have been miscommunication. No way. This is a better angle. All right, looking to Will Shepard's side. So let's look at the very top. Decent protection. Does get a bit of a nice rush off the edge here, but we overrush. I want to say we get a crossing pattern. But I don't think we do, actually. So we're going to get I think it's a hitch or a slant or a something else. So we get an in route going to the sideline. Or no, that's an out route to the sideline. So our slot man is going to run a skinny out or a post out, actually. So he's going to fake the post and run out. He's running a go. I think this is thrown a bit early, but at the same time, I do think that this is excellent coverage. This is very, very good coverage at the end of the day. All right. Next series. We'll get into some more. This is just the East offense. Okay, decent run. Stay up, stay up. So we're going to get all of these. We're going to get downs. We're going to get down blocks on every single one of these. Boom, 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 boom. Our guard is going to climb up to this backer. Wide receiver is going to knock out this safety. Does a good job of clearing the way, and we get a good run on first down. Little play action, decent pressure, bad ball. I really wasn't impressed with Brady Cook much during the season or during the overall. They're in the Shrine Bowl. Play action. Decent rush. Tries to get it out there. And a good PBU. So nothing I can really critique about. Yeah, you got smashed, dude. That's on you. That's on the center, bro. You got beat right off the ball, bro. Nah, that's on the guard, actually. Here we go. Let's take a look. Oh, dude. He did this a lot. Dude, Tonka Hemingway did this a lot during pass pro. What he does, and I think a lot of guards fell for it, is because he would take a hard step in and then use this arm and club back in. Fight off of all that and get to Brady Cook. Heck of a play that Tonka Hemingway has pulled off. So let's continue on. There's the end zone angle. Dude, his pass rush is so good, dude. I mean, it is incredible seeing what he does. All right, here we go. So this one I think is a stunt. So this backer is going to come up to the line of scrimmage and bluff. And he's going to try to get through the A gap and try to – so that's why they put a double team on him. Nice little throw. Dude, escapability-wise, Brady Cook can get out the pocket when he's not under duress. He can do a really good job of doing so. All right, we got a new O. All right, got a new Q. Here comes the twos. Who we got in here? I'm not sure who this is. Anyways, here we go. Let's talk about this one, bro. Let's talk about this. So this offensive tackle does a hop step. All right. Just to try and get himself out there to try to shut down a speed rush. That's something that he struggled with all day, is just clubbing back in. But look what we do. We do a good job of extending and working back in. Here's what else is even better. Watch the interior. As soon as we engage, we're ripping up. And we're getting great pressure. We force a bad ball. I think it got tipped too. Yeah, it came off his arm really awkward, and it leads to a high ball that's going to get picked off. Heck of a play. That's an excellent play. Is he working on Caden pre-scoring? That's what I want to know. Anyways. Nothing really impressive. Yeah, I think he's working on pre-scoring. So this is a great job of not letting our tight end wash us, maintaining leverage on the line of scrimmage, and getting the tackle. I think that's Ethan Garbers, too, from UCLA. Another good rush. This Cal Poly kid, he struggled a good bit during pass pro, but dude, he showed out. Got some good rushes in. Nice job clubbing back in. Get that arm up and drawing the flag, too. Here's a good rush from Johnny Walker at the top of the screen. Oh, but he fumbles. Okay. So we get pre-scoring out. Here's Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker's got pretty good speed. But what do? We long arm. We rip up. We get flagged. Should have gotten flagged. Doesn't matter because we make a big play. We fumble the football, and we get the football right back to our offense. We're up 14-0. East offense absolutely cooked today, didn't they? That's a heck of a hit, baby. That's a heck of a hit. Who we got making this hit? Delaware showing out. Okay. Dude, Delaware showed out at the Senior Bowl and out here, bro. We're laying licks on dudes. Look at this lick. That is a form tackle, baby. That's a heck of a hit. That's what I'm talking about. Love that. Yeah, the East just looked out of sync. My friend, let me just tell you, this was just a bad week for the East. Look at that. I want you to watch this. Hey, man, you want to know what abuse looks like? Hey, look at this. Look at this. Hey, you want to see something funny? Watch this right here. Who we got? We got my boy Nash out here. Look at that. Nash Hutmacher. Hey, man, Nash Hutmacher's had a hell of a – all right. Dude, let me just tell you, Nash Hutmacher, I want y'all to see somebody get embarrassed. Look at this. Hey, what we do? That's power. You know why we pull off drills like this? why we go to the bag drills as defensive linemen. You know? Let me see if this is it. Let me see what we can get. I'm trying to see if this is the video that this is it. All right, here we go. Here, this is it. This is it. I'll show you guys this real fast before we continue on. But guys, you want to know why you do drills like this?
Unlock incredible deals.
Hush. Freaking ads are so stupid. But watch this. This is why we do drills like this. Bam. See why? It's because we can embarrass offensive linemen and do things like this. Watch this. Bam. That is awesome. That is awesome. Here's what I do. We're going to bully kids. That is power. And we arm over. And we get, hey, we're going to put pressure. And we're going to force a bad ball. That is a dang good freaking rush. Come from your hips. Use that power that you have from this club hand to swipe across and then arm over. You're taught that from freaking high school as a young defensive lineman is that. That, my friends, is how you rush from the interior. My God, we got a lot of y'all too. Guess what? We're going to run a screen. Dude, the defensive linemen have been showing out throughout camp. This is impressive. Johnny Walker, I have been waiting for something like this, bro. Where have you been? Tonka Hemingway, what the hell, dude? We got a free release or something like that, bro? I mean, what the hell? Oh, we're going to just think, oh, this back's just going to come out the way. Oh, yeah, hey, we don't underestimate how fast these dudes are. Not only do we get the PBU, but we also knocked a freaking quarterback on his ass. Look at this. Yeah, I know it's a bluff, but guess what? He's actually blocking. Look at the rip. Bam. Look at Tonka. Yeah, we know we're about to get up in front. But guess what? JJ Peegs is there. We got our safety there. We got this guy coming across. He's already covered. It's another great play from the defensive line. The defensive line showed out during camp. I mean, that is exactly what you want. That is how you earn scholar. That is how you earn a contract, is through things like that. That is exactly how you rush. That is exactly what you need to do. I am so glad I got to watch all that, bro. Oh, by the way, you think we done? We still got some more. Cal Poly representing once again. Cal Poly, stand up. Let's go through a couple more of these and let's get us out of here. Watch here. All right, tight end goes across. Going to use our hands. Doesn't matter because guess what? Fighting off of that anyway. That ain't our booty. We're going to get a good rush. and we're going to get it picked off. And because of that, we're going to the house. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. Hey, it all starts right here. Bad ball, thrown behind, throws right into the hands of this DB. South Carolina, stand up. You guys represented. You guys represented the bowl games. That was impressive. You know what's even more impressive? Look at J.J. Peaks. What's a reach block? We're just going to get up underneath that bull crap. Oh, wait, never mind. We got washed. Kind of. But you know what? It's okay. We're going to get back into our rush lanes. It's all good. It's all good. All right. J.J. Peaks again. This is what he does against the first team. Watch this. This center struggled. The interior had a bad day on the east side. God dog it. Well, guess what? We're going to shoot that long arm. Going to knock them off balance since we're going to roll to the right. We're going to arm over. We're going to rip back up to clear off all the garbage. Dip, rip. And start that dip, maintain quarterback depth, and we're going to put pressure on Brady Cook. But, hey, Brady Cook will make a good play. Give him that. Hey, how about it? Not bad at all. I'm impressed. What quarter are we in? We're in the second quarter. We'll go to halftime and we'll call it a show. Now we're starting to roll. Now we're going quick game. Bam. Stepped out of bounds. It's all good. Now we started to go quick around this time. Base. The run game is where they had their most success. I will say that. But, hey. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll just have to see. Another decent rush from Ncaa. Dude, that kid from Cal Poly is going to make his name known. I don't know what his name is, but godly, I got to know. We're going to know. Elijah Ponder is his name. Let's talk about Elijah Ponder. Led the Big Sky in sacks this year. Okay. All right. FCS All-American third team defense. That's a disgrace. Why would you name it? Why is he on the third team? That's bull crap. He's making plays like this. Long arm. Strong. Oh, my gosh, dude. That's incredible. That is incredible. All right. So I just put out another tweet, by the way, guys, talking about Elijah Ponder. Just another good rush by Ponder. Just look at what he does. Handwork is incredible. Let's continue on. All right, we're diving in. Last few plays, guys, and then we'll call it another night. Is that Ponder again? No, it's Johnny Walker. Dip and rip, baby. Dip and rip. All right. Man, I'm getting a lot of likes for some spam. That's BS. Anyways, another nice rush. Johnny Walker, little dip and a rip. Forces the fumble. They get it. All right, that's a good way to end it off today, guys. We've gone through quite a bit of film, and guys, I have been enjoying these little sessions with you guys, getting to be able to watch some film, get you guys more inside the game about what it's like as not just a defensive lineman, but also outside. Overall takeaways from the Shrine Bowl and overall takeaways from the Senior Bowl. We'll start those off next week, as well as our way too early SEC predictions. So that's something that you guys can expect. We're going to be off this weekend. We're going to be celebrating my mother's birthday. And yeah, man, just really excited to get back in the lab with you guys next week. Final audience count, we had 38 of you guys hop in. I know we were sitting at about 7 about 20, 25 minutes ago, and then I put out a couple of tweets. You guys decided to show up and show you guys support. So, again, thank you guys for the continued support. What a great way to close out the month of January. Thank you guys for the continued support, and we will see you all very, very soon.